Hey guys, and welcome back. So you're interested in Chronicle, right? Well, today we have a lovely video for you guys. Just gonna give you guys a quick breakdown of what you should do, especially the beginning of the game when you first start, which I wish I knew. It doesn't really matter too much in the very beginning, but I figured I'd do a quick breakdown for you guys. Let's start over here with heroes. The hero menu is as it describes. Equip book. That's just a book for your collections. That's just a collections for your rune as well, and then your character collections. You have your bag, which is essentially your inventory in this game. Most of the time, maybe my inventory for my weapons gets full, but this other stuff over here, nah, bruh. You don't have to worry about that ever getting full, at least for quite a while. We have the lovely old hero screen here, which is where you upgrade your characters. Now we'll just use Dean as an example. Here the basic info is just his class type and his elemental traits, which he's fire. So depending on what you're fighting, he does a little bit more better against the iron versus the water, which is the Maydew. We have the attack factor, which kind of breaks down what his basic attack is and his skill attack. So if you need to know that, that is there as well, though I don't really use that. Next we have the lovely old costumes. Unfortunately, they got rid of the using purple crystals, so I can't buy any costumes for him. I wish I could have, but rest in peace to the squad, even though that one looks pretty clean though. Next we have equipment. Equipment is, of course, in any RPG game is very, very important. I would say equipment is maybe second-ish on my list in terms of priority. Of course, try and get T4 or Tier 4 equipment as fast as possible. Tier 3 is okay too. But aim for Tier 4 as fast as possible and get that upgraded. But I don't really have anything maxed out just because of how much it costs to upgrade everything. I've been more worried about upgrading my character, evolving them, and doing his skills and traits first before I worry too much about equipment. I will eventually go back and try to max out his equipment just to help augment his stats even better, but because it's so costly at the moment, I try to go at least for half of the levels, which I believe his tier 4 weapon goes to 40. Let's check real quick. Yep, its max upgrade is 40, so I at least try to hit 20 on them. The same thing for tier 3, I at least try to hit 15. I try to get to half at least just to make the item usable. Obviously not optimal, but usable. Next we have the lovely old runes. You'll come across those. Again, they augment your stats and they give your characters kind of like a buff of sorts. Like this one's HP recovery per second, plus 2.1% for 5 seconds, and it activates if attacked, and there's a 26-second cooldown, so runes are very important as well. I haven't really upgraded these either. I just pull them at the moment. They're only tier 3, so obviously not optimal, but again, I'm not worried about runes at the moment with where I'm at in the game. We have the level up where you'll get a whole bunch of XP potions in the game from doing subjugation, which is for your dailies, which I recommend doing every day because they're your dailies. You get gold if you complete it, and you can also level your characters up. But leveling in this game is hell of slow. I will go ahead and admit to you guys already. Leveling in this game is abysmally slow. It does help, but once you get later to this part where I'm at in the story, I don't really find that leveling does really much of anything at the moment. I'm more focused on upgrading my character, evolving them, and of doing the skills. So here we have the upgrades. Like similar RPGs and especially mobile games, other mobile games like MSO, you have to use other characters of the same type to eventually max out your one character or your one monster. In this game, you use puzzle pieces that you can collect through just various ways. You can do dailies, you can do certain dungeons, you can do requests to carry and to gather a whole bunch of the puzzle pieces to build your characters. So there's plenty of ways to get it. It is slow, but you will run out of money way before you run out of this stuff. And if you run out of this stuff, you can get it back in a couple of days to at least upgrade them again. But again, your problem isn't going to be your puzzle pieces. It's going to be the money for right now. I mean, getting him awakened, that might be a problem. But when you're not there yet, you ain't don't even worry about that. But this is where you basically get a chunk of your stats for your characters. Evolution does help with raising stats for your characters, but it doesn't help as much as I thought it would. So definitely get them to basically 6 stars whenever you can. But even after 6 stars, focus on upgrade. Dump all your money in upgrade. Upgrade them, get them maxed out, evolve them, upgrade them again, upgrade them again, upgrade them again. Obviously, I haven't done this yet because I've been investing in other characters, but that's going to be my first priority after I get everybody 6 stars and after I get everybody at least their skills up and their traits up. So this is the money maker right here. If you want to progress in the game, you better be upgrading your characters, and of course evolving them helps raise their stats as well, but not as much as upgrading. Not as much. And here we have the lovely skills, which skills get very, very disgusting in cost the higher level you go, and my Dean is actually quite behind. We'll go and upgrade that. He is quite behind because skills become so costly again. And we have the awakening skills after he's awakened, but he's not awakened yet. But this is, I would say, probably the second most important thing in terms of the character tab. So upgrade your character, obviously, evolve them when possible, but when in doubt, upgrade it out. And then the second one is skills. If your character skills aren't on par with the levels, you're going to miss out on all kinds of free stats. You're going to miss out on all kinds of damage, all kinds. Like right now, this isn't a good example because it's only level 40, but he's missing 10 levels worth of damage, which if you do calculations, it may result in, I don't know, maybe he does 5k more damage. Maybe he does 10k more damage during a fight, but 10k is a lot and it does add up as soon as the battle carries on. So it not only makes their moves do more damage, but it can extend moves with binding. Any moves that do debuffs, it can extend it. The barrier makes him essentially have like a shield over his HP for a limited amount of time. It can increase the barrier, so if you know a boss is about to do a big move, you can activate the barrier, take that damage, and get it done. So skills, I would say, are second on the tier list in terms of urgency. So do not forget your skills. Do not. Level him up as high as you can. Level whatever character up high as you can. Work on upgrading them, work on evolving them, and of course work on their skills next. Here we have the lovely traits as well. Traits come in after you get them to a certain star level, which is 4 and then 5, and then after you have awakened him. These are important as well. As you guys can see, they do increase his stats. Very, very small, but the more you increase it, the more it goes up, which is helpful again. So yet again, another way to augment your character stats. Do this when you have the extra money, but first at least make sure that your skills are up to par or near close to whatever your person's level is, and then focus on traits. If you're done with upgrading, focus on traits. If you're done with skills, upgrade. If you're done with skills, focus on traits. If you're done evolving, focus on traits. If you have a little bit of money left over and you want to feel free to put it in traits, go ahead. It can't hurt you at all because you can see the trait effect. Ally hero, HP falls to a certain amount, 70%. Activating effects, 30-second cooldown, 50% take damage for others. So he tanks the damage for them, and then his defense increases while he's taking damage for the other squad. And awakening, which I haven't got to yet, is basically once you cap out for your 6 stars, like it says reach 6 star plus 8. Once you cap out for the 6 stars, once you upgraded him as high as you can then get the awakening 1, which you'll find a W1 on Dean or whatever character that you awaken, which basically means that they have broke the limit. They're past the limit. They're a lot stronger than what they were before. So their stats are just going to skyrocket. Their stats skyrocket, and I believe you can keep on going. Again, this becomes more costly, but they become a lot more powerful. I see a lot of dudes with awakened characters already, and they're probably double my Dean, which is sitting at, what's he sitting at? 27.5k for his overall DPS, his combat power. I see Deans with 50k, which, like I said, at my point in the game is like, ew, absolutely disgusting. So that's a lovely old hero tab. Here we have the Inn. The Inn is where you guys can recruit characters like I am right now. I heard that Richard's pretty top tier, so I've been going in on him. So So you can talk to the characters that you recruit, which is over here on the connect screen. I don't have that many left because I've been going in on them. I will finish them up hopefully by the end of this month. Here you have requests which refresh daily. Do them because you guys can check right here. You can accept it and auto perform it, and you get puzzle pieces or jigsaw pieces for your characters. You also get upgrade material, you get money, you get XP potions, and it only takes maybe 5 minutes total of your time with auto perform to run through the stuff, and you get 3 requests for that, and you get 2 requests for that. There's also side stories for each of the characters, so you can kind of learn a bit more about them, and you get to play as them only, which is perfectly fine. It adds a little bit more depth to the game. There's events, no events at the moment. Alchemy, you get to make energy, XP potions, stuff for upgrading your accessories, stuff for getting their exclusive weapon, stuff like that. Cooking, again, when you cook, you can also give it to anyone you're talking to help build their friendship build up their friendship a little bit quicker, so you can get them a little bit faster. Would I recommend that? It's up to you. In my opinion, I'll just wait because they give you a disgusting amount of time to get him. Like, I have 48 days left to get Richard. I literally picked him up yesterday and he's already at 62%, so I'm not worried about that. Then you have the meal where you can eat whatever. Hero gains 40% more XP, 20% more gold, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong, it is a lot, but I haven't got to a point in the story yet where I'm like, I need to use this because this is going to give me all kinds of experience. We're not there yet. Once we get there, I will make a video and let you guys know. Here we have the forge. Again, this is where you upgrade your equipment at. This is where you can modify your equipment and also craft exclusive weapons for your character, which I believe is what, 500? Yep, 500,000. You get all of the material over here. I think you get this from breaking down tier 4 weapons, but you get the rest of this material by doing raids, which again is very, very important. Exclusive weapons are important for any character that you're going to use in your party because they really, really help you do what you need to do in this game. So do not skimp on exclusive weapons, which, like I said, they're not difficult to get. They may take you a couple days and you might need to wait for the money, so maybe a couple days more. 4 or 5 days per exclusive weapon. I've been making them every pretty much 4 days for characters, so they're not hard to get at all. We get a free summon. I haven't used any crystals yet, which is why mine's is 21k, but you get a free summon for equipment and runes. This can help you in the beginning of the game. This can also help you just pick up runes for characters. Even though you may never use them, you still get them because when you're fighting and they come out, they can come do some damage. Also, here's a shop where you can spend your crystals at, which I haven't really spent crystals. I did buy some infinity candles to help evolve some of my DPS, but other than that, I've just stayed away from it. There's an honor shop for PvP where you can buy stuff. Again, I'm holding out on this. I think I'll try and get maybe some of these sets because why not? Why not? Here's the raid shop. Again, raid is very, very important. Very important. We're going to get to that pretty soon. And then the costume shop where you've got to spend that IRL money to get what you want. Mallet shop, which I haven't used because I haven't bought anything in the game. That's pretty much the shop. Adventure is just your story area. It puts you on the world map where you can explore and do what you need to do. Village, we're there already. Let me skip raid real quick. We'll go over here to community. Here's where you have your guild and your friends at. They have a nice way to organize friends if you want. Then they also have auto organize where it says deletes. It will delete all friends whose last login was 7 days ago. So if you have been away from the game for long enough, hit this button. It'll delete it. Congratulations, you're done. Friends don't really matter that much though. They do pop up in raid as heroes that you can use during the raid, which will assist you, which is fantastic. But other than that, it doesn't matter too much, because you need to use their mercenary, which is their character, 3 times in order for you to get 1 energy, and 1 energy ain't gonna do nothing for you. Guild at the moment is kind of bare bones as well. I mean, I think I'm in a guild, but we don't really talk. Nothing really happens in the guild. There's no guild boss fights as far as I know, so nothing to worry about there. We have the lovely old Coliseum. Your tier list is, where is it at? I think your tier list is made by your team attack. So depending on your team attack is what tier you're going to be in for PvP. So the higher attack you have, the higher chance the game is going to put you in a higher tier, because you fit this bracket, you fit this criteria. So there's nothing to worry about there. I tried to do Coliseum. I tried to do maybe 3 PvP matches a day just for dailies. Other than that, I'm not hardcore in it. Just not me. Next we have challenge. Missions is where you do all your dailies. Carriage escort obviously is for gold. If you only have 5 or 10 minutes to play this game every day, or you don't really feel like playing but you don't want to give it up, at least log in, run the gold dungeon 3 times and get off, because that gold is just like, it's godsend, my boys. It is godsend. If you don't have gold in this game, you have nothing. You have nothing. Next we have the hero pieces. Again, this is for upgrading your characters. Very, very important. Very, very important. More so than evolving them, in my opinion, until they're done being upgraded. You have base defense for hero evolution material, and then you have subjugation for XP potions. The most important thing over here is the carriage escort and hero battle. So if you can only play for 15 minutes a day, do the gold dungeon, do the hero pieces, come back whenever you get the chance, whenever you get the time to, and do base defense and subjugation. But at least 15 minutes, carriage escort and hero battle, and you won't be that far behind versus somebody that plays the game for an hour or 30 minutes a day. You will not be that far behind. And even if you are, you have enough gold to just boost your characters up to where they need to be in time. This isn't like a weak thing, but in time you will get there and you won't be that far behind. Blitz is another thing that you unlock later on. This is where you get awaken material to help awaken the squad, and also stuff for their traits and upgrade material. I haven't done many of these because they get kind of insane with that combat power. Very, very insane. I don't know who has that much combat power, but that is disgusting. And then last but not least is raid. Square is just where you hang out. Nothing really important there. Merc lobby is where you can assign your characters to certain acts, like support act 9, support act 19, support act 41, support act 5, support act 5. I believe the support act is just whatever act that you're doing here. So here we have the lovely raid. As you can see, I'm all out of raid tickets at the moment, but let's see. Yeah, maybe it's like that. I'm not sure. But when you go into a raid, you obviously used up some of your raid tickets, but raids are how you get equipment. Number 1, very, very important. That's how you get tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 equipment the easiest. It refreshes every day at 8, so I got like 15 minutes and then it will refresh and I'll run it all again. The more you do raid, the more raid tickets you'll get. The stronger your team gets, the higher that you can go. And once you go up higher, you guys can see right here, there's a chance for tier 4 material to drop. There's tier 3 material. But not only that, when you win, you get a little bit of gold, not really important, but you also get 20 to 24 jigsaw pieces for a random character. I believe it is random, but if you do it every day and you do multiples of these, eventually you will get that character built that you want. And here's the other important material for the exclusive weapons. So it's not hard at all. It is not hard at all. If you tear up raid every single day, or if you tear up raid just by doing 4 raids a day, you'll eventually be able to build exclusive weapon in, I would say, probably less than a week. Dungeon is when you get a little bit stronger as well. Dungeons, this is how you get the raid coins, which is also in the shop. You can use the coins to buy either tier 4 gear if you want, or you can use the coins to buy the raid drops that you would normally get down here. You can buy stuff like this to build exclusive weapons. So if you're missing, you know, a couple of items for your exclusive weapon and you already have the 500k to go ahead and drop it, then feel free to go ahead and grab one of these. Actually, feel free to do the dungeon, which is I'm trying to do both of them at the moment. So I do like maybe 1 dungeon or 2 dungeons, and then the rest is just straight raiding. but those will come in handy if I'm short on an item. I can just purchase that item, and they give you quite a lot. So I try to balance that out a little bit, but I am more leaning towards just raiding because, again, it gives you tier 2 equipment, tier 3 equipment, and most importantly tier 4. You can use the excess tier 4 equipment. You can just break that down, get other essence for your exclusive weapons, or you can just take the tier 4 to tier 3 to tier 2 and feed it into whatever weapons that you have, whatever equipment that you have, and to help build up the squad. Again, this is very, very costly, but it can be very, very important. It can make a character go from to like. So this is a lovely breakdown so far of the game. If you guys have any questions about it, feel free to let me know. I'll be glad to help. I just figured I'd give you guys a bit more in-depth explanation of just the menus of El Chronicle and what you should focus on. But if you take anything away from this video, if you want to be successful in El Chronicle, if you want to just have fun in this game, like I said, spend maybe 15-30 minutes a day playing it, log on, do your dailies, do your raid, run story when you can, log off. As long as you're doing the gold dungeon at the very, very least, as long as you're upgrading your characters and evolving them when you can, upgrading their skills and at least getting their weapons and upgrading the weapons at least halfway, then you should make it pretty decently far in the game. I'm not going to say you're going to get to the very, very end, because even I'm not at the very, very end, but you'll get very decently far into the game and you have a better understanding of it, and then at that point it's just continuing in that cycle and enjoying it. But this is El Chronicle, my boys. I really enjoy it. Like I said, it's very, very casual, it's very, very aesthetic. There's all kinds of pretty waifus, and that to me is a 10 out of 10. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.